You know, if you're in another country as well, where you're like, rah, we really stand out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't, you could be in Thailand or someone like that. Ukraine, maybe not Ukraine, but you could be somewhere. And Belgium, you see, you look at him, you're like, I think that's one of the men there, you know? I think, you know. How are you though, bruv? You all right?
I'm good, you know. I'm happy.
Yeah? Good start to the year so far for you then, yeah?
Yeah, just for myself, really. I've been trying to implement change.
Okay.
Which is always difficult.
Yeah.
When you're just fucking set up a certain way. But, like, you get to a fucking age, it's like things have got to change.
Yeah, man.
So
I know what you mean, because I just turned 38. So now I'm on this, like, listen, my time off is my time off, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there'd be times, you know, when you're off a bit and you're like, oh, I'll check a couple emails gotta do this. When I'm off now, listen, yesterday I had my family around, my nephew's there, we're playing Mortal Kombat, having food, fun times. I was like, hey, this is nice, you know?
It's always the simple things that you revert back to. Things that you used to fucking take for granted before.
100%, bro.
And then these are the things that you fucking can't wait to do these days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing I've realised. It's just family, doing nothing, not answering the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Walking around the park with your mate. Simple stuff.
Where did you grow up? Because you was a choir boy at Southwark Cathedral, right? As a child.
Yeah. They set me up.
So where did you grow up then?
I grew up on the Isle of Dogs, East London.
But then how was you a choir boy in Southwark?
Because they came to my primary school. And I think that's how they used to recruit people. So they came to my primary school. I didn't know what was going on. They just told us, we had an assembly, and it's like, sing. So I was like, all right. So
Yeah.
And then I won. It was a final. Me and my old school Chinese best mate, Fee too, big up Fee. And it was me and him, and I won. And then suddenly they was like, go to this church every Friday. So I just went.
Yeah.
Year 6. And then one afternoon when I went there, they was like, right, so Sunday, come in, you're going to be inducted as a cathedral chorister. I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, I think you got to go home and talk to your mum.
Yeah.
And I said, Mum, they're talking about this. And she said, yeah, man, you're going to be a choir boy, I can sing. And I was like, and that's it. When Mum speaks,
listen.
There's no arguing, and that was that. I was a choir boy for 4 or 5 years. I hated every second of it, but it informed me in how to sing and do things. And now I've used that in my formative years to play guitar and la. All the skills that I didn't know what I was acquiring then are what I use now. Do you know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason. Though I hated it, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now if I didn't do that.
Because you're proper East London. You can hear it.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Proper East. But that's why I had to ask, because of the Southwark Cathedral. I was like, maybe you was like Bermondsey-ish south.
No, I have no connection to Bandit country. I'm East London to the fullest. I respect Bandit country because we was like just over the water from there.
Yeah.
But I'm East London to the fullest.
So you're singing at such a young age. What did you want to do when you was younger then?
I had no idea.
Football, sport?
I was always sporty, but I didn't want to play football, nothing like that. I don't think I even, at that age, 11, don't know what I wanted to do. Everyone was always pushing me to do something that was educational because I was smart.
Yeah.
But I knew that in my art, that was not what I was going to do.
When you say smart, academically, like words or numbers?
Both.
Is it?
Yeah, both. I'm very gifted when it comes to words and numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I always used to be jealous of you kind of kids. I was on the table, boy. We was all struggling, man.
I was good. That's why I had to get away with being naughty. I was smart. Yeah, man.
So I guess it's interesting how like you found that creative spark with then singing in a choir with someone who's quite because I always find that if you're academically gifted at such a young age, you kind of run with that in some senses. Do you know what I mean? Or I would say probably more family members can push that onto you. Do you know what I mean? If you're the one, you're like, no, you're the smart one. You're gonna have to be the accountant and the lawyer. Do you know what I mean?
Completely understand what you're saying. That's what my mum tried to do, but that's why we always met at loggerheads. Because I just knew in my art that's not what I wanted to do. She was always trying to push me to do something kind of educational, but that was just not what I was interested in at all, in the slightest. I would do my work, as to the best of my ability, but like I just know I was too fidgety for that. It had to be something hands-on-y. Do you know what I mean? That was never going to work at all.
Who was your early inspirations musically at that time?
Obviously Mr. Bob Marley was my number one inspiration. Buju Banton, I'd say. Who else? Luciano, a lot of reggae artists, but then also Bone Thugs and Harmony and Busta Rhymes. I used to love Madonna as well. Holiday was one of my favourites.
She's got some bangers, you know.
What? If you know, you know.
Listen,
like that,
Madonna in the 80s.
What?
Real bangers, man.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of my favourite Madonna tracks is Lucky Star.
Yeah.
If you give me a lucky star, that's. I like the song more as well once I seen the film Snatch.
Yeah. And they say little movement.
Bullet Tooth Tony, innit?
Yeah. So, but all kind of music. I love everything, really. I love everything. Loads of SWV.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All kind of tunes though. I love that. I love everything. Yeah.
Because is it right? I've heard that you learnt to play guitar when you was in prison.
Yeah.
How did that come about? I didn't know they had guitars in prison. You know, I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Brother, like it was weird. They just come on the wing, and they said, "Oh, there's guitar lessons going on," and I said, "Yeah, I'll have a bit of that." And then my name got pulled out of the hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So it was just like as random as that.
So that. Would you say that was the catalyst of like what kind of changed your life in some ways then?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. But there's no what's the word I want? Nothing's done by accident, you know what I mean? It's what it's supposed to happen. I always had an interest in guitar, and I remember when I was a kid, when I was doing guitar lessons in school, I think I'd done one. My name would never get called out for some reason. I remember further, always got bare guitar lessons, and I'd never got them, you know what I mean? So like, but yeah. It was meant to happen.
I've always wanted to play guitar, you know.
Yeah,
I
man.
swear. I've always wanted to be the guy at a party
that could whips out
the guitar.
I did that.
He done that.
I did that.
I know you got mad things in it.
Yeah, girl. Sorry, but yeah, girl. But yeah, sorry.
What was the song you sang on guitar?
No, I'd do my own thing because I never knew anyone else's tunes. So they said, "Oh, did you write that?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm writing that." And then yeah, man.
Because anyone who can whip out a guitar, you're like, oh man. A good friend of mine, Baba Tunde, he's a comic. He's got a really funny bit about like a joke about it. But the amount of times like you go to a party and someone whips out the guitar, you're like, oh bro, allow it, man. Because you know he's gonna clean up.
Yeah, he's cleaning.
When you were younger, you're like, oh bro, come on, man.
I can't believe I managed to be that guy.
Yeah, you know what annoys me is when they do the thing where they're trying to tune it. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, I found. Okay, any songs? Okay, let's give this one a try.
Yeah.
Free little birds.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know that one. No, sing it. You're like, oh, allow it.
No, I was aggressive with it. I would whip out and play. Those were good times.
Yeah,
good times.
It's when man does the scratch sound on it. I'm like, oh, bro, put down the guitar, man. There's no things left, man. So like, you learned to play guitar in prison. Was there also anyone in your life that would you say like changed it for you in a sense of, because it's like there's one thing finding an instrument that is the catalyst to changing your life, but was there also a standout person at the same time? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I only asked that because what you're saying about how you're quite gifted academically and like your mum's like, go church, but also be smart. Do you know what I mean?
I think I would have to say it's my friend Ali. He was in a band before, but even when I was a young boy, I also just kind of look up to him, and he was super musical, super smart, different. When we used to MC, he used to be the engineer, but like then when I come out of jail, I heard he was in a band, and I missed all this. I didn't really know what was going on. He was in a band, they was doing really well, and when I realised I wanted to play guitar, he was the first person that I went to. And his lead singer in his band just died and they was just about to get signed, so he wasn't really in the best place. But I said to him, look, I want to do this. And he's like, all right, give me 6 months, I'm going to build a studio. And the geezer literally built a studio and then took me in, and I used to go to his studio like 2 to 3 days a week, every week for about a year and a half, just working on this sound, just working on this thing, because what we do is very, very unique. And he really just coaxed me through it, because he knew a little bit about the music business and the industry, and just really helped me develop. Without him, I think I would be here where I am now. And like, he doesn't really make as much music as at the moment. He's had 2 kids and he's doing some other stuff. But like, I really want him to start doing that again. But without him, I wouldn't be where I am now. You know what I mean? So definitely my mate Ali, blah blah, big up Ali. He definitely put me in this position, made me where I am now. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean?
It's amazing how your friends are like your family that you pick. For life, do you know what I mean? In some ways.
No, without fail, man. My friends, without my friends, I don't think I'd be here. They're the ones, like my good friends. They really encouraged me to do it. And lads don't fucking play guitar. Do you know what I mean? Even though we do, and we should be encouraged to do things different, but like not where I'm from. Like when I first started playing guitar, everyone just was convinced that I was just pissed at my head. And just being a cunt, do you know what I mean? But my best friends was like, they knew I had something different, and they would push me. And they're my best friends to this day, still, over 20 years. So yeah, without them, then they give me the confidence to stick to what I was supposed to do, do you know what I mean? I love my friends. I've been with my friends since 12, 11. And they're still my friends.
That's them proper friendships. That's like when you're with your boys and someone will say, so how are you guys friends? You look at each other, you're like, when someone says, so how did you guys meet then? And you're like, man, we don't really get deep like this.
Yeah. We don't even want to touch heartstrings at the moment.
Man, we're just drinking bars, man. We're drinking juice, man. It's not bad, man.
And people don't really have those kind of long-lasting friend relationships anymore.
It's very hard. Yeah, I think it's very hard, man.
But we do. Like me and my friends, we really, really, really do. Like, I go through my phone and look at the photos of us. It's the same people that I'm in photo you see me with today, that come to my gigs today, that I go to the pub with today, that I go to the dance with, that I go to the gym with. The same pals. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want no new pals like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to find pals like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think as you get older, I think what happens is when we get older, we get to like when you understand your parents, you're like, now I know why you lot stick to what you lot know. Yeah,
exactly. Even though I used to piss you off back in the day.
Yeah. Why your uncle will still say, no, I need a whiskey on the rocks. I want it straight. And it must be in a crystal glass. And you're like, why does he want it like this? But he's got to a point where he's like, I know what I like.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And I think it's the same with like friends and friendships where you're like, I've got enough now. We all know what we like, what we don't like.
Got enough now.
Who, when it comes to football banter, I can have a laugh with. Who takes you serious? Who's not even involved?
Me.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're not involved with the football stuff?
No, I love Arsenal. I've always supported Arsenal my whole life. But like, I don't, like my dad told me something when I was a kid. He said, don't let it piss you off, because them men are making millions and millions and millions and we're poor. So that's something, my old man said that to me. My old man will say little bits and nuggets of gold he always give me. I didn't get with him all the time, but sometimes he'd give me gold. And it's one of the pieces of gold he gave me. And when he told me that, something just clicked, and I was like, I see people losing their mind over football.
Oh, bro, some people stand.
And I'm like, my boy, they're still getting millies. It's like I'm still, I'm living in a room in fucking Victoria Park, sharing with random people. Why do I give a fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? I love Arsenal, most multicultural fucking football team. Love Ian Wright. Met him when I was in jail as well. Amazing.
You met him when you was in jail?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You did like these football academies and rugby academies and that. I met him in there. We went to
shit.
Great stuff, you know what I mean? I like Henry's my favourite player of all time, you know what I mean? But I don't give a fuck.
Big up Righty though, man.
Yeah, Righty's the man.
He is a national treasure. He needs to be knighted, you know?
He should do. I think I'm in Bath and Babylon still.
But I think the name Sir will just ring a little bit different though with Ian Wright. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Because Ian is like, bro, when I met Ian Wright, he's the reason why I support Arsenal.
Yes.
But he was the first person where I understood what starstruck was.
Yeah.
Because people just say it. And sometimes I've seen someone, I'm like, oh, right, that's that person. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But Ian, different love and energy, you know?
But he doesn't even give it all that. Do you know?
Oh, bro, it's so authentic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, it's like, I have this long running joke that I've been doing for a few years, where like, I always wish him Happy Father's Day, innit? So then I'll be like, Happy Father's Day, Ian, innit? And then someone one time said, "Oh, is that your dad?" And then Ian Wright replied, "Isn't it? Oh, thanks a lot, son, innit?"
Yeah.
And then every year I'd always do it. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Happy Father's. And then I looked on Google one time and it was like, "Is Ian Wright Mo Gilligan's dad?" I said, Middle England will believe anything, you know?
Never believe anything when they want to believe.
Man.
Especially if you're black. Yeah, that black person must be.
Yeah. You all must know each other.
Yeah.
You know what's mad? Because it's like we do know each other, though.
Yeah.
Even though you ain't met someone, you're like, I know you don't, you know?
Yeah. You get me? Yeah.
Oh, if I don't know you, I guarantee I know someone you
It's
know.
the black people, like, every time you see random black people somewhere, you just give them a little nod.
Yeah.
It's a universal nod. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? You know that geezer's a cunt. If he don't give you that nod back, hate him.
Yeah.
If you then you're.
It's when it's especially, you know, if you're in another country as well, where you're like, rah, we really stand out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't, you could be in Thailand or someone like that. Ukraine, maybe not Ukraine, but you could be somewhere. And Belgium, you see, you look at him, you're like, I think that's one of the men there, you know? I think, you know, because don't get me wrong, in countries like France, the French black people look like Londoners, probably Amsterdam as well. But in some countries, you'll be in a rural Spain,
and you just see a one black man.
Yeah, it's the crepes as well. Sometimes you're like, well, no socks with the 110s.
Yeah.
I feel like you're one of the men.
Yeah.
Welcome, on, bro. We saying cool, yeah. You enjoying the tour as well?
You give him the realest. Yo, I like you hold it down like yeah. Universal.
Ah, so what? He came into your prison, Ian Wright?
Yeah. We went to we got Rottle, which is released on temporary license. We went to what's that big rugby stadium? Twickenham.
Oh, Twickenham. Yeah.
He used to do the courses for football. He used to do the football academies. He used to do rugby academies for prisoners. In my jail as well, I was in Portland. And that's what it was known for as well, to do those kind of academies and things like that. And we went over there and met him. I sent a picture of me and him to my mum for her birthday, and she was over the moon.
That's what I'm saying. Mums love that stuff, man. There's only a few in there you put. I'd say Ian Wright in there, Lenny Henry in there. I'd say Richard Blackwood in there.
Yeah, Richard Blackwood did a lot for us. Yeah.
Ainsley Harriott.
The little chef man in there.
When I met Ainsley, I was pretending like I worked gas, you know. He was going to Arsenal game. And then I was like, I looked at him, I said, that's Ainsley. I said, what are you saying? Man like Ainsley. He didn't clock me at first, did it? I was like, Ainsley, allow me, man. Let me take off my hat, man.
Yeah.
You know me, bro.
He's been on telly forever.
Ainsley Harriott. He was mad cool, you know.
Of course.
Do you know how I know it's old school? I said, listen, man, come to a show, man. He goes, yeah. I ain't got no agent, but take my email. So when you've released, like, you've dropped your first, it's World's End FM, right?
Yeah, my first album, yeah.
That's your first album?
Yeah.
What was that like, putting out finding a body of work at this point?
Well, you're probably fighting a lot of imposter syndrome, and you got to get over yourself, like, and then when you do it, and the way it was received, it was really well received by people. So it probably just led me to probably get more pissed than ever, because like you don't want. At this point, you want to be closer to your friends, and all the separation anxiety, because you're going into different spaces, and you don't ever want to. For me, anyway, it's really important for me to be close to my friends and family. Yeah, and you don't ever want to feel like you're going away from them. Mm-hmm. So I probably fight to be with them more than ever. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because my friends are super important to me. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to ever be in a space where I would feel separated from them. But luckily, I've got really, 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 really good friends, and they would tell me that I deserve the things that was going on and the accolades that one was achieving and receiving at that time. So yeah, really, I was just probably more with myself more than ever.
Yeah. Is it hard to get lost in the moment, do you find, where you start getting this notoriety? Because I can't imagine what it's like for a musician? Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like musicians, as much as it's the music you want to put out, it might be the image, it could be the interviews, people got to know about you, you got to maybe go, I don't know, like a London Fashion Week or something. Do you know what I mean?
100%. It's very it's difficult. It's difficult because I'm not from there at all. Like, I'm really not from there. I'm from old East London, like very, very old East London, and I'm old school. My morals are old school, and so I don't like, fuck it. I don't want to. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to be aligned with those things. I want to be aligned with what made me, and I want to stay there. Yeah. But you know, as you get older, you realise that one is very susceptible to change. Everybody's susceptible to change, and one should allow that to penetrate. You know, why for that? But you know what I mean. But
That's so serious and heartfelt.
You can't let that go.
Everyone can change, but love her for that one. Still.
But you know what I mean. So, but yeah, it is. Yeah, man. Change is good, and one usually really fights against change. But I'm figuring out how to let that take its course and be comfortable with that, you know. I'm a lot more comfortable with that now, you know. And anything that I receive is what I deserve. And even saying those things out loud used to be very difficult. But now I'm learning to say, no, that's what I deserve. That's who I am. That's who I was always meant to be. So this change and this ascension is allowed and well deserved. Do you know what I mean?
Are there spaces that you still feel like you're yet to occupy away from music? Because it's like I was saying just a minute ago, where you know you've got to go to a London Fashion Week and you're quite a fashionable man. Do you know what I mean? Like I see you match the jeans with the hat.
Yeah.
Don't pretend you didn't. Don't pretend you didn't plan to do that today, bro.
You see how I got ready this morning. There's only one person that knows, bro. I just said. And because I was out last night.
Yeah. But there is a little bit where you said, hey,
yeah, man, let me just see.
I know what colour hat can
Yeah. Peace. But yeah, cool. But all those places, honestly, Mo, you go to these places and you see people act like pricks. And I will never be like that. I'll always be myself, and that's what I'll pride myself as. I'm never going to change for anyone. I'm never going to try and act like anything else. I know what the hell I am. I know what I am, you know, and I have no interest in changing for anybody. So those spaces, I go there and be myself, and if they don't like it, and fuck them. I have no interest in sucking up to anybody or trying to change. I like who I am. Now, finally, I like you,
And I think for you as a black artist, the music you make, like your voice is very different as well. Do you know what I mean? So I guess you must also find yourself in spaces where they kind of label you as the alternative act. And the only reason why I asked you this because I met Miles Smith recently.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Miles Smith? Oh, so he's I think he won a Brit Award and stuff, doing really well for himself. But you know, we're at this fancy dinner and stuff, and he made this joke, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm like the Black Ed Sheeran." Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And his music is kind of like I would say it's like folk music essentially.
Great. And
you know, we're talking about music and stuff, but I was intrigued at how when we were at this dinner, and him saying like, "Yeah, like I'm." You know, he's just mad humble. He's like, yeah, like I'm from Luton, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I was born in Luton.
Yeah. You born in Luton?
Yeah.
Hey, Luton is real, you know?
Luton is real.
Luton is realer than London, you know?
Luton is rough
It is.
And real. Luton, people don't know, Luton is rough.
Luton is the realest place, you know?
And a lot of yard man, a lot of black people.
Yeah, there's a lot of black people in Luton. Luton and Bedford.
Yeah, all them sides there. Luckily, I will say luckily, my mum brought me to East London before I was like 1, and I landed there. But I had a lot of time in there. My dad lived there, my grandma lived there. It was nice to get. It's rough over there.
Hey, Luton, listen, I watched 24 Hours in Police Custody.
You see, it was going off over there.
Listen, big up Luton, you know. I don't no problems in Luton, you know. It's mad. It's mad. You say I've done a show there recently, and I love taking my shows to places that I know are a little bit rough around the edges. Because I know my audience and I know what they want to come out to. I remember once we done a show in Middlesbrough, and I was like, "Wow, this is." I'm in the northeast, but the rough northeast. Do you know what I mean? But the people, they came out, they show love, and I know that's where my audience is. You know, when you go to a place where they're like, "Yeah, man, I fuck with you, man. You come here, man." But people don't really come like you know what I mean? Because I think when you do that for your audience, that's when they're like, Yeah, nah. You didn't even need to come here, but you came. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. But no, I got a lot of time for Luton, man. So like, you're saying in terms of you as a musician, so I kind of cut, but like, how do you find it when you get labelled as that kind of alternative act, as a black act with the music you do? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what is? When those things happen, I just have to big up my mum. Because my mum, from young, let me know who I am and the stereotypes that I'm going to come across. It's funny because I have such a East London vernacular, people sometimes make the mistake and thinking I don't know who I am or what's going on, but I think I'm one of the most well-informed young black people out there. Like, when it comes to every Sunday, my mum was making sure, without fail, I was doing my times tables, but she was making me know about black orators, black kingdoms, Martin Luther King, all those, top Marcus Garvey, serious people. Yeah. She'd make me read and see where I come from, black inventors, everything. So I'm very well informed, and when people make these assumptions and say stupid things like that, I think guitar music came from black people. Black people singing about their struggles, playing guitar was called the blues.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Do you understand what I'm saying? Folk music. This is where we started. We started this from a long time. So when people say these things to me, I just immediately know you're not as well informed as I am. You're ill informed. Yeah. So I immediately downgrade my conversation with them and talk to them how they deserve to be spoken to. And keep my head up high and walk past them. My mum empowered me with all the tools that I need to walk in any room and walk in any country in the world. That's why I love my mum. And we didn't get along super well when I was young. And I had to leave. I left my house very, very young. But when I left, I felt I had all the tools. I had the keys, I had the pick locks, I had everything. And I could leave, I could cook, I could talk, I could do everything because my mum gave me all those tools. So in back to your question, yeah, people hit me with rubbish like that. But like if when people hit me with that, I talk to them how they deserve to be spoken to because they're idiots. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Because I guess as well, sometimes people think the black experience must be singular. Do you know what I mean? Like, it must be like, well, your black experience must be the London experience. I know that is quote unquote, you must be from this and you must talk like this. And the minute you sound a little, and I guess it's different, when you're from London, because London is, I can't even call it a city. It's its own place within the UK. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Yes. North London is different to South. Absolutely. East is different to West, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Even places in East London, you lot got different slang in different parts of East.
Absolutely.
I didn't know this. Absolutely. Like, the borough of Newham have different slang to Tower Hamlets.
Absolutely. I didn't know this. Hamlets boy.
Yeah. But I didn't know this.
Yeah, we're very different. A couple of miles down the road, it's different.
Different terms and stuff.
Yeah, you ain't going to hear someone talk like me well, you might do, but like in Hackney, they're going to sound different. If it was old school Hackney, they might sound like me, but I'm 35. I grew up with old school. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is how. Do you know what I mean? And you'll go to our Hamlets and you'll see other lads that look like me, but sound like me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even that, we went to the Caribbean yesterday in Brixton, and the lady was like to me, "I thought you was putting it on." I said, "What? Put them on?" What you want? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what you on about? Like, I'm from East London. I'm in here getting the Caribbean roast with a jerk chicken, and so don't. Anyway, but yeah, that's how it goes.
I guess I feel like that's where you use your intelligence to your benefit, innit? Yeah. Where you're just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I know how to. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As opposed to being like,
I'm getting aggressive and actually, no, that could never draw me out. But
also in terms of like away from music, well, I say it's still with music and stuff, but you co-own the label Bond Blue. Yeah.
The old school Bond Blue, yeah.
Bond Blue.
Yeah. Big up my brethren Lily.
Talk to me about this, because bruv, I grew up in South London in the 90s, yeah, and everyone was wearing Bond Blue, bruv.
Yeah.
I always wanted a tracksuit. Baby blue, pink, peach.
Yeah.
There used to be a shop, yeah. If anyone remembers, if you're listening from South London, there was a shop in South London called, I think it's called Peppermint, yeah, and they had like designer clothes for kids, but ones that were reachable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had brands in there like Ted Baker.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ben Sherman. Felt reachable for the people that didn't have much money. Do you know what I mean? A little bit of money if you had it.
Yeah.
But Bon Blue. My God. How did this even come about?
So I began big up my mate Lily randomly about 6-7 years ago. She just rang me up. She's my pal. And she's like, are you interested? Like, she was just like, would you like to like buy Bon Bleu? Like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I was like, how? So basically, it was her godmum that started the brand about 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. She was trying to bring it back. She was trying to make it have a resurgence. She couldn't do it, so just wanted to sell it. Mm. So she first person, naturally, she went to Lily, who's my good friend of mine. She makes music as well. And then Lily shouted me, and I was like, absolutely, let's get that. Because again, what you said, that was the brand that my mum went, and I said, Mum, let me get, I chat about Bon Bleu, what that? Never could reach that. But like outside school, everyone was wearing it, and you know, in school, outside, people see the mum selling it outside school and all that. Something that it was wrapped in so much nostalgia that as soon as she threw the idea at me, I was like, yeah, we must acquire that. Mm-mm. So we got that, and we bought that, and we just released our first set of tracksuits, and I think we're going to go from strength to strength with it, because everybody knows what it is. All the old school know what it is.
Yeah, Bon Bleu, you know?
Yeah,
fucking, that is still like, there's certain brands from back in the day that had such an influence, and anytime when I see them pop up, I'm like, oh, rah. Like, so now you're in this space of owning a label, like, because it's like throwback there, but it's like a Bon Bleu. So is this you venturing into more stuff than just music in some ways?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Definitely.
I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always had essence of entrepreneur wrapped in me, you know what I mean? I've always tried to make dough. It's got to be made, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, of course.
Doing that, and there's other things. We're writing books, we're writing like scripts for films and stuff. We're doing all sorts, do you know what I mean? We've got our own beer, we own our own beer. Yeah, me and my mates, like, we got our own beer, like we're in like 12 pubs.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, lager, rotted.
Yeah, man. Reef House Lager, yeah, man. Block Brew. Reef House Lager, yeah. We're in a load of pubs. Star Bethnal Green. That was one of our first servers. But yeah, man. Just trying to jumping into spaces where you generally think, like, you know, young people or young black people wouldn't be able to like venture in. We've never really had that feeling. That we've always thought that we can do whatever we want. I've always had that feeling in me. Do you know what I mean? So just jumping into places. We just started really, man. Like, we want to take over and do good things. Yeah, and that really like show young people that everything and anything is possible. We've always believed that. We've always had that belief. We've seen lads achieve. We've seen young, where I'm from, achieve crazy stuff. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So like we just think everything's doable.
Was there people that you grew up with who are relatively successful now?
Yeah, but not by even doing the most, you know, legit of things. But they went out and did it, and they tried. Yeah. I mean, like no one could tell them no. We have that. I've got that embedded in my soul. No one could tell me no. If you told me no, that means yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got to do it. Like, I've always did it. By hook or crook, I'm going to get it done. My catchphrase is, get it done. Yeah. That's it. No, we've got to get it done.
Is that also to set you up for later in life? Yeah. Because I feel like, and I answer this question as a musician, and this is only from what I hear about musicians when they talk about, you know, everyone wanting to go down the route of being an independent artist, going down the route of, you know, whether they are, I don't know, they do their own merch. You know, you're in the space of, you know, owning a fashion label and, you know, getting into different other little business ventures. Because music essentially is changed from what I guess it was, let's say 30 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just like, felt like you talk of like, whether it's grime artists that had to go to the record stores and print a couple, you know what I mean, dub plates and stuff and sell them and stuff. So how does the music treat someone like, you know what I mean, like yourself in terms of the business side of music? Is it profitable to make a living off it, or do you have to do, you know, other side missions to make sure you set yourself up later in life?
You have to do side missions. Music ain't the profitable business that it was unless like you're signed and got the machine behind you and all that. Definitely have to do side missions, which I'm okay with. I've got the energy to do loads of stuff. Luckily, I'm Jamaican. Our blood is tenacious. We've had to prevail. And Grenadian because I have to make sure I shout my Canadian side. But yeah, like I've never had, as I said again just before, no don't mean anything. So I've always had the energy to do other stuff. The music won't pay you like that anymore. They've taken that away from us. All the bigots and the top cats and the big hats have made the money whilst we produce the art. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course.
So but what the music does is give you that visibility where you're able to do other little side things, you know what I mean, to make little change off that. But it's unfortunate, you pour your heart and soul into music, and it doesn't really give you the financial repercussions you would have dreamed of. But luckily for someone like me, I don't make music for cash. I make music because I need to. It's a cathartic experience. I need to release these pains. I need to release these stories so I don't fucking explode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
That's how I am. I'm a very empathetic fella. Got a lot of feelings going on in me, and I don't mind talking about them, releasing them, and letting lads know that we are allowed to feel like this. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't affect me because I know who I am, and I know that if someone really gives it to me, I don't mind having a row either. I can do that. Do you know what I mean? I can really and let people and show people that side, and I think that's very important to men because we need to be able to be. Vulnerable because they tell us that we can't. Our whole life they said we got to be solid, which is, but there's nothing wrong with dropping a tear or showing people how you really, really feel. So that's why I make music in the first place anyway, because I need to. And then I realised that it was a service for people. People need this. I've had so many people that told me, I can't believe it. They're telling me that my tunes have saved their life and this, that, and they were suicidal, but they listened to the songs that I've sung and it stopped them. And, people have had grown fucking giants crying in my arms. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, for real. Just because of the tunes that I've sung, do you know what I mean? So that's why I make music anyway, and I feel like eventually it will pay off financially, and that will just be the icing on the cake. But I need to do it regardless anyway.
Do you feel like your environment has had to give you that kind of thick skin? Because growing up in East London, and if I think of like where you're from, Isle of Dogs, that almost looks unrecognisable. Even from 30 years ago when I went there with my school to do like a we had to do like a thing in it, how the areas changed.
Yeah.
We went back there and I'm going up to people like, all right, can you sign my form or what do you think? But even how like that's changed, especially the Isle of Dogs, because I feel like there's a misconception of that area of just like, it's almost kind of called Canary Wharf now in some ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's until you go around the back roads and you're like, oh, this is Isle of Dogs.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Because there's estates there and everything.
Yes.
But the misconception is that like it's the towers. It's, do you know what I mean? Canary Wharf and stuff, bankers, big money and stuff.
Isle of Dogs is rough.
Listen, man. Once I discovered these back roads, I said, rubbish. It's been real out here,
Yeah.
Because I only say that because I moved to East London when I first moved out. Do you know what I mean? Got a property not too far from around there that I was renting. So when I'd like drive around, I'd be like, oh, right, this is like the hood a little bit, But I didn't know that you take a bit more of a further. I didn't know that because I only knew from the part of Canary Wharf where I'm seeing, do you know what I mean? Canary Wharf and I don't know what you got, HSBC there and all them other kind of buildings. Also, why is that Canary Wharf underground? It is so confusing, bruv.
It's a maze under there.
Bruv, when you clock it, it's like, I know where to go, Bruv, I'll be coming out like, hold on, where am I? Let me go back downstairs, man. Where's Boots? I can't find Boots.
It's amazing down there.
So how did that kind of environment give you more of a thick skin? Because, you talk about like gentrification in East London.
Yeah.
And nowhere's been gentrified anywhere. More than, man.
Yeah.
I think they're talking about getting rid of Billingsgate now.
Yeah, they are. It's gone in 4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Madness, I can't believe that. But, Isle of Dogs, it's a dockers town. That's what it was, It was people, it used to, a lot of trading. but due to that, it was very multicultural, you know what I mean? People from all over used to come in there, but then at the same time, it was quite racist. There was like a BNP stronghold at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100.
It's mad though, because when you think of it now, you would never think that.
You would never think that. But my mum always used to say that to me, like, be careful. But I don't really feel that, because all those kind of things, all those kind of ilks got ironed out straightly. If it was like with straighteners, people would have fights. Once you have a fight with someone, once you punch someone in the face, and then then you start walking down around and go Chinese shop with them after, it's done. Do you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of that happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and we was very territorial, because we had the tunnel where the Greenwich or the boys would come over and would fight the life out of them if they came over to them. We would call them Lewisham boys. Lewisham boys, we're Lewisham boys there. And we'd run to the tunnel and we'd fight them.
That's that tunnel right underneath the river, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, and then up the road I'm not even going to get into it because it was very political, but we used to fight some other boys up the road as well. But it was our little town. You had to cross the bridge or go under a tunnel to come here. So like, it's an island, and island mentality is ours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we was extremely territorial and extremely East London, and we would fight like we owned it. That's what we was known for.
But real football factory, you know.
The first ever recorded effort of hooliganism in 1902 was recorded on the Isle of Dogs.
Really?
Yeah, because Millwall is originally from the Isle of Dogs.
Ah, yes.
So that is what we used to embody, and that was who we was.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. So you technically a Millwall fan, slightly.
Slightly. They took us to Millwall. They took us to Millwall on a school trip.
On a school trip?
Yeah.
What, to go and watch football?
Yeah.
Oh, swear.
We was in primary school, yeah.
They used to do a lot of stuff like that, because I remember we used to get free tickets to go and watch Millwall through the council.
Yeah.
The council would give us free tickets, and me and my mum went.
Yeah.
And it was raucous, boy.
It was raucous.
I did like it though.
Yeah.
I can't lie. They won a game. Yeah, it was lively,
so no
man.
racism that day.
No. I was like, this is kind of lively, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the time, I supported Arsenal. But my mum being a single mum, she was just like, well, I got to do some stuff with my boy, innit? Because I loved football. But yeah, going to the game, me and my mum were there, boy. No one likes us. We don't care. We are Millwall, Super Millwall, from the den. And it's like, he's looking around like, yeah, we need to chill out. But you have a documentary about your journey.
Yeah.
And your documentary is about how you're, becoming. So your documentary is about you being a grime MC and kind of transitioning into folk, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Or you call it kind of G-folk.
Yeah.
What made you kind of showcase that to the world in some ways?
It's kind of an accident, really. We just always recorded. Again, shout out Ali, we used to make sure we was recording, and I just kind of took that on to continue recording. And then when I was putting out my first album, I thought, we got all this footage. And there was talk between the team to do like a kind of documentary. I was like, well, I've been recording from the get-go anyway. So
you just like documenting your stuff?
Yeah. Okay, my mate Billy Bones, he was recording for me from the get-go, and then I had my mate James Topley. We got Topley, just follows me by hook or crook. We ain't even got no dough. If we got little money, we pay him, but he just does it for the love. And we managed to put this thing together, and it was very well received. But it's just an honest depiction of a geezer trying to change. We spoke about change earlier, and that's all it is really. Fighting himself, as most lads do. And it's just a really honest piece of film. And yeah, it just was what it was. I'm very, very proud of it,
Why'd you call it G-folk?
Because fork by a geezer fork, governor fork, There's a G top, So, that's fork, a G fork.
I knew that was what you was going to say.
Yeah.
But I still had to ask it. Because sometimes musicians are like, oh no, the G symbolises.
No, fuck that.
I didn't know
G
it.
fork that, man, It's in it. Yeah.
So what, can you still spit bars now?
Yeah, man.
Like if someone put on a 140 BPM,
Fluid.
swear.
Yeah, man.
Hey, run it now.
Yeah, man. They are.
But no, what I found really like interesting though is that you go back into prisons and you do like workshops and stuff as well, man.
Yeah.
What made you get back into this, man?
Prison was that change, man. Lost my best friend, Tom. Bless him. I was looking at photos of him early this morning. Prison was that where I just thought like, I fucking had enough of this, nah. Loads of us was in jail at that time, you know, and I picked up the guitar and all that, and I feel like prison's full of geniuses. Prison's full of people that don't take no for an answer and they want to forge out their own way. But Babylon, we're in this Babylon system. They say, no, you need to pay tax, you can't do this, so you have to go to jail and this and that. But prison is just full of people that want to make their own route, you know, but sometimes they just, you know, go straight to the things that are unfortunate or that are illegitimate. But for when you've got a frame of mind where you say, no, I don't want to follow that person, I want to do my own thing, that means you have a talent.
Yeah.
Not to follow people, do you know what I mean? It's just been put in the wrong place. Energy has been placed in the wrong place. So I feel like it's very important to go in and talk to those young men and say, yeah, you're definitely on the right track. You've just took a pitfall.
Yeah.
And you can change and you can make it in your own way. So I like being something that they can see, sound, look like them, and you can change your life and do something different. So I think it's extremely important to do that, yeah.
And how do you start to look at like what you want to start doing in the future? Because it feels like music is one part of just what you do. I feel like there's so many different parts to Hak Baker, which is like you're an entrepreneur. Do you know what I mean? You're a very smart man. You've got music that you clearly love doing, but there's a lot of outreach there, and there's a lot of, you're very self-aware of what you know that people like, but also what people want and how you can assist them emotionally. Do you know what I mean? So how do you start kind of piecing this all together, you know, of what you want to leave behind probably in like the next 20, 30 years in some ways?
You just be a passenger of life, you know, and let it take you. But you just start to implement the normal rules like planning and things like that. You never forget where you come from. You know, all I want to do is be a good representative of where I'm from and who I am as a young black man of Caribbean descent. And I want to step with my best foot forwards. I don't want to step with my back foot. I want people to see when they see Akeem, you know, Akeem did well. Akeem represented his people. Akeem never left his ends unchanged. Akeem always supported young people. And so that's what Akeem's retired his mother. That's my goals. I think one of my main reasons why I even started singing was I didn't want my mum to work anymore, because that's probably the reason why me and my mum's relationship broke down, because she was working so hard and she wasn't at home. And I started to look for love elsewhere, you know. So all I want to do is go back and help people. And my key thing is to be of service. That's what I think. I was saying this to my friend yesterday. People love to be served, whereas I think proper people like to be of service to make other people feel good, because you have that energy and tenacity to do that. Do you know what I mean? That gives me the biggest, I feel like a figure of 8 of energy. I get that service and they give me the applaud. It re-energizes me to continue the mission, which is to help people and try and make people feel better. Like you do it with your service through comedy. You understand what I'm talking about.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Literally, that was my thought process. The other day I was going to a gig. I was at 5-10%, boy. And the minute I done that gig and I started making people laugh, but it was, there was these 2 girls sitting at the front. They laughed at every single joke, and their laughs were so loud that I was like, normally I'd be like, right, you know, I'm really laughing that, but I was like, I don't think these 2 realize how much I need this, you know? Everyone was laughing, but these 2 at the front, different energy, man. And I guess you must have the same, like, you know, when you must go to a prison and you are teaching someone to play guitar, where you're sitting and you're like, oh, this is feel. I knew what it was like when I played this for the first time, and seeing someone, you know, put together some strings. Do you know what I mean? Or you're like,
emceeing over the guitar. And
yeah,
fantastic.
Man. Bro, this has been.
Yeah, it's been good.
This has been one of my favorite pods, bro. I promise you, I'm not just saying that just to say it. And I'm really, really excited to see what else, you know, you have in store for us. I know you have an album coming out soon as well. So, yeah, man, I guess, obviously everyone can go and, you know what I mean, catch that when it comes out and stuff. But, yeah, man, I'm really excited to see your trajectory within the next couple of years. Do you know what I mean? And just see how it continues and evolves. And just where you take Bomb Blue as well. Cause,
man.
Boy, might to get a little tracksuit, you know?
No, we're going to send that to you.
Baby blue for the summer,
we're going to send that to you.
With some white Air Forces.
We're going to send that to you.
No, Reebok Classics.
Now you get it right.
With the gum sole.
Yeah.
Reebok workouts.
Yeah, we've got that
for the streets.
Thank you,
but no, man, it's been a pleasure, Hak, and this has been your beginning, middle, and end. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that, man. Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Now, a lot goes into making each episode. I know you hear my voice, but there's a team behind the scenes who help make it. And if you did enjoy it, I'd really, really appreciate it if you could show the love to them by giving us 5 stars. And if you also have the time, please leave us a review. It's always appreciated, and we love reading the comments. And of course, we want to keep making it better. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Peace.